sign of being exposed to fire at any time. This is not to say that there was not a fire in this area, but is speculations and view from the standpoint of the Kentucky Department of Mines and Minerals. We do not feel like that this rope has been in an area where fire was present. This is a part of a miner's lunch kit that is being examined by District Supervisor Mr. Lee Wilson, a representative of the Kentucky Department of Mines and Minerals. He is examining this kit for possible burns, indicating that it would be exposed or would have been exposed to fire. It appears that in all probability, and it is a possibility, that this lunch kit was exposed to severe heat. Again, it is possible that this lunch kit at the time of the first explosion could have been located down at the locomotives, and the force causing this lunch kit along with other materials to be blown in this direction. This lunch kit is approximately 500 feet from the location of the locomotives. Number 36 crosscut located between number 4 and number 5 entry of the 2 southeast main. This is a barrel that was used in order that the miners, when eating their lunch, might throw their scraps, their cans, paper, and loose material into this barrel in order that it might be taken to the outside and eliminate a possible fire hazard. As you can see, none of this material shows signs of being exposed to fire at any time. This is a scene of the rib and roof located at number 37 crosscut going over to number 5 entry, the 2 southeast main. The purpose of making this portion of the tape is to show you the appearance of the roof in respect to the roof that you have seen prior to this scene. You can notice the appearance of the roof. The white material shows no sign of discoloration, another indication that there was not any fire up in this particular section of the mine. The height of this coal seam being measured, we are doing this for 2 reasons. At the same time that you observe the height of this coal bed at this particular location in the mines, you will also observe again the condition of this roof and ribs in respect to what you did see at the locomotive. This coal bed itself at this particular location measures 8 foot and 6 inches. This measurement is being made by a representative of the Scotia Coal Company. We are now at the heading of the number 4 entry, the 2 southeast main, and number 40 break. We are looking directly straight ahead to the face of number 4 entry at this particular scene. We, at this particular location, again would like to mention that the section was sufficiently rock dusted, this being the rib of the left-hand rib of the number 4 entry, 2 South Main, in this particular scene. This is a borehole that was drilled into the mine after the first explosion and after the sealing of the mines. This borehole was drilled in order that the mine atmosphere might be sampled. Samples were constantly being made in order that the Mine Enforcement Safety Administration, the Kentucky Department of Mines and Minerals, the Scotia representatives, and the Scotia employees might at all times know the condition of the atmosphere in by the fresh air base. This is a scene of the borehole looking directly up the hole. On the right-hand side of the screen, you will note the sampling tube that was used to draw the samples out of the mine atmosphere in order that the samples could be taken, determining the methane gas and the CO that was present in this atmosphere at all times. This is a scene at the heading of the number 5 entry, a roof bolt plate having a date apparently posted by the fire boss. It appears that this date would be the 2nd and 6th. The initial cannot be determined as to what the initial is by the one who is making this tape. This is another roof bolt plate at this particular location, and this date can be determined as what it is. This is the 2nd and 4th, and the initial is VC. The location of the number 37 cross cut between number 2 and number 3 entry in the 2 southeast main. This is a concrete block bradish that was built at the time of the second explosion. From all indication, this bradish had not been completely finished. It had not been sealed as they normally are. It is our opinion that this bradish was incomplete, inasmuch as the concrete mix or mortar that you see here, the 3 bags of mortar, are undisturbed. This is the number 37 cross cut. One cross cut out by the scene that you have just viewed. It appears that this bradish was completed, and it was torn out as a result of the force of the explosion. This is a shot of the belt structure that extended up into the 2 southeast main. At the time of the explosion, this belt was not in operation. This belt structure was in the process of being reclaimed. The tailpiece had already been moved down to the 2nd left off of the 2 southeast main and was not operating at the time of the 1st or 2nd explosion. This is a crew of the Scotia Coal Company employees. They have been sent into this particular section tonight to reinforce the temporary bradishes that were erected today by the crew while in process of restoring ventilation in this section in order that this investigation might be made. This is the coupling pole that coupled the mine cars onto the locomotive. This scene is being made in order that you might see that this coupling was bent approximately 3 feet from the locomotive. This is a 5-inch steel tube, and it appeared that this bend must have been made after these cars were at this particular location, assuming that it would be very difficult for this to be used as a coupling and it being in this condition.
These rails, the force of the explosion against the rails, which has a rope clamp and on the back wheel with a rope stretched tight, servo brakes, could get the conclusion of this tongue being bent. Could have stopped the rail trucks from moving and the motor scooted back.
In other words, the pressure of the motor being applied by the motor, or the force of the motor being applied again, the cars being stopped by coming upon the rope, could have caused this rope. Right. Could have caused this tongue to be bent. Rope, as it was found under the rail truck wheels, this rope clamp is positioned against the flange and the ball of the rail. indicating that it could have caused this car to be scotched up in a sense, and the force of the locomotive continuing to push could have caused this tongue to be bent.